What's up, guys? It's Black Boss 91 coming to you with a Bleach commentary, chapter 599, and the title of this chapter is Too Early to Win and Too Late to Know. Now, in this week's chapter of Bleach, we got a lot of things to cover, a lot of things that I've noticed in this chapter. I had to read it a couple of times just to make sure what was going on. So, I guess you guys are wondering why it took so long. Just decided to put it out now. Waited a little bit, give myself some time, and also going through some stuff. Things happen, so let's get right into it. So a lot, a lot was going on in the chapter, and there were certain things that I was wondering why Kubo chose to portray the battle a certain way in this chapter. First off, we know that Stern Ritter W Niles Weisel, it's hard to pronounce his name, but he gets killed off. And Yhwach, he brings in a fray of new enemies. So yeah, that's something I want to talk about. He seems like Yhwach is like the portal shifter to bring in more Stern Raiders. Like once he's in there, okay, bam, he can bring in any more of the Stern Raiders. So he ends up bringing up his army, his base army of Stern Raiders that can fight off regular grunts, and he also tells Senjumar that you're gonna face his elite force. So we get introduced to four Stern Raiders, three that are new, one that's already old, and I'm going to say all their names here. Trying to remember all their names by myself, like it's just too much. So I'm gonna read you each individual Stern Raider that came in their powers. So, and like probably a birth description. We got Stern Ritter letter M, the Miracle, Gerard Valkyrie. I like that name. He kind of has like a helmet, armor. Doesn't really have any pupils, just glowing eyes. You guys probably already know. Stern Ritter letter X, X axis. Lily Burrow. I like his design. You know, one eye has like this X cross symbol on it with a circle surrounded by a circle. That eye that has the tattoo is basically closed, and it kind of looks like a flower almost, like a four-leaf clover. If you really look at it, I like the fact that he's a black character. I mean, I get happy when I see certain black characters, and he looks cool. Then we got Stern Ritter letter C, the Composery, Pernita Parjas. These names, oh my god, and then. So those are the three new Stern Raiders. And then the old Stern Raider that we all know of, Stern Raider letter D, the Death Dealing, Askin Not Lavar. So those are the four Stern Raiders that Yhwach brings into the fray, his elite force. He's probably gonna bring more Stern Raiders. He could probably just teleport all of them back over into his area. But how the battle goes about in this form. Oh, well, wait, before I even continue, I just remembered that I just want to say something about Valkyrie's design. I really like the whole, kind of Greek Athens look where he's like a gladiator. He has the head armor with the long hair, the wings on the side of the armor, the shield with the sword, and the black pants with the battle gear. Like, I like the design of that. It's not what I would expect from a Stern Ritter, because they mostly wear like suits or kind of like the white white and gold, but I picture like his cape. Also, he has a cape. I picture the cape kind of being red, the pants black, like this kind of like a gold, black, red, gold theme. Not so much white, but we just have to wait and see how see what kind of colors are going to be added into this. Yeah, so I really like Stern Ritter M, the Miracle Gerard Valkyries. I like his design a lot, and I like Lily Barreau, Stern Ritter X Axis. I like his design too. But this battle was kind of crazy as I'm like seeing it from right here. Pretty much, I believe Valkyrie is gonna play a big role in this battle as far as like fighting other Royal Guard members, because his letter is M for the miracle. He ends up attacking Senjumaru, and she goes to block with her needle. Now she did not for 1 second look phased or thought that the guy's move would be successful, because the way she defended, she figured that she knew that she was going to be able to counteract that attack. But you know, Valkyrie, he ended up slicing through the needle and end up getting a successful hit onto Senjumaru, and she was actually surprised by that. So I'm thinking his ability there's miracle factors that play into where he'll do something that you wouldn't necessarily think that he would succeed, but because there's a miracle involved, that he'll be able to pull off certain things. Like it's like that long shot. Something would happen. I'm trying to think of an example. Like someone tells you, oh, you have a 1 in a million chance to make that shot into that hole out of like all these different holes, and it's the shot's like a million miles away. You shoot the shot or you throw it or whatever, and it ends up going in, like some kind of miracle. So I think he's going to be a really big threat because of his power. So we have that happen, and something else happens. She gets kind of like hit with something happens where she gets hit on the side of her, on her right side, and she dodges it, and all of a sudden she calls out, stop them in your tracks, as I'm quoting what she said, and this gigantic like ninja soldier comes out of nowhere from the sky and lands right behind her. He's gigantic. He kind of looks like Sanji's like Bankai when he goes into that gigantic form. Like he's just really big and huge. This creature. I'm wondering, where is Senjumaru's knights? Like, where are the knights that are surrounding her? Because they were in the battle at first, and then they were nowhere to be found. Like nowhere. I'm thinking, Kuba, what are you doing? What's going on? Like, we don't see. Okay, now that I think about it, Yhwach, he did summon the soldiers, and we do have Senjumaru's knights. So the knights versus the soldiers, they're probably in battle right now. But it's just, I know you can't show everything on the screen. That's obviously impossible. But it just makes, when I first read it, it made it seem like, or at least I thought, where's her warriors? Like, why aren't there no one defending her? Like, have your grunts go take out the little fray, or go and throw the first hit, while you can prepare for what you're going to do, analyze the enemy and then strike. But it's like everything she's doing is not really working. Like that knight that comes down, what was it? The Sternlitter C, Pernita, like has some smoke coming out like from there. We don't. Okay, I noticed something that I'm looking at right now. Pernita, it doesn't say anything, and it's just like dot, and she has her, like, I don't know if it's a she, but the person, this Sternritter, has his hand out, and then it looks like smoke is coming out from the dark area of his hoodie, because this is all we can see of Pernita, is that he or she is wearing a hoodie, and like we see like these white dots in the hoodie, and it's just black, and all we see is smoke come out, and all of a sudden the night that came from the sky gets dismantled. That's what I'm noticing. So, you know, Pernita has some kind of ability where it like distorts the figure by like either hand movement or blowing, or using their Ryatu to disrupt or destroy a figure. So we have that happen, and X-Axis. I didn't notice this until now, but like he takes out like it looks like a sniper, and it like unlocks itself and everything like that. And the thing he tells him, I quote, "The moment His Highness set foot in it, the royal palace had already fallen." So. And then we see her get like a headshot. Like I did not notice that. I thought it was just a white area, but when I like read it over, I'm like, what? They're on some next ish. It's something that I did realize when reading again, and I wanted to address that they all have these black star like symbols on their cloaks. I don't know if that's part of the design of their cloaks for them, or if it's a marker indicating that when Yhwach summons them through the shadows, those marks are kind of like that imprint where, okay, it's to let them know, like, yeah, this is our marking that allows us to come in and out. But it's attached onto the cloak, so they can take it off, and it's not on them anymore. It's just on the cloak. So I'm wondering about that. If it's just part of the design, or that's like an imprint of that Yhwach did. But we Taide Kupo, it just, characters are dying a lot quicker than I thought. Well, as far as in this chapter, Starrider W is supposedly dead. He's dead at this point. Doesn't have a holy form. Blah blah blah. And Senjumara gets a headshot. I'm like, wait, whoa, that was quick, extremely quick. We don't even know if she's really dead. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Like in this story, in this war that Kubo has started, the 1,000-year Blood War, we don't know what to expect. I don't know if characters are gonna die or not, and that's something that I told about in my topic video like weeks ago. Like, death, like it's too early to win, too late to know. So we really don't know if Senjumara is really dead or alive. But these characters, I mean, man, honestly, I thought the Royal Guards, they were a little bit more high tier than this, that they would kind of just give a lot of the Sturriders struggle. But putting it into perspective, she was going up against 4 of them. No, 3. No, 4. She went up against the Wind. He didn't really put up a threat, so she killed him. We see that in this chapter. She went up with Valkyrie, the Miracle. Took that person on. Took on Pernita, the Compulsory. Took her on in a slight way, and then Lily Burrow, the Axis, he ends up shooting her in the head. So, and I like this guy's person. So far, I like all of the Sternriders that came into the fray, but I like all their personalities, but especially Lily Burrow, because he is very like, okay, and so what does it see? Like that, she summoned that gigantic guard. It's like, okay, it's huge, and like he's very, I don't, maybe the word is cocky or just very confident. Like nothing seems to phase him. Like he's very on the high mighty shoulders of His Highness. He regards him very much, and that we're in here for a mission. Like that doesn't phase me. There's nothing that you can do that's gonna stop us. Like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. Our Highness is here, and you've already lost. That's the end of discussion. That's the way it is. That's how it is. So, I like this chapter. It was, it was a little confusing here and there. I had to reread it, and Kubo, putting it in perspective, I think he did a good job. It's just certain things he does. He just loses me on certain parts, but it's a good chapter. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Rate this video if you liked it. You can go to my Facebook fan page in the description box below. And this is Black Boss 91 signing out.